Welcome to the Divalution, a show to empower, enlighten, and entertain divas and those that love us.
And you know what? It's on the table. Somebody complained that we didn't clink glasses anymore.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And I blamed it on Juliana.
Oh, I was going to say, I haven't been here enough.
So let's clink.
Go ahead, clink.
Yeah, that's better. Good save there.
Yeah.
So welcome to the Divalution Show. It's, wow, you know what? It's the end of the summer. It's sad how fast it went.
What happened?
I don't know. I think we hit some kind of time warp or something.
I think we did.
It's weird.
I think it's called busy.
Yeah. And
Yeah, no, something happened.
I don't like
I'm
it.
sticking with something happened.
Okay, thank you.
Because I don't know, but I feel like the aliens came and, like, fast forwarded.
Did this to the clock? Oh, they can't see.
I'm making the sound effect for you.
Thank you. That's what they did to the clock. So, as always, we're happy to be here tonight, and I'm really happy to welcome my guests this evening, and they are Dr. Juliadeer.
That's me.
And her husband. But
You
say
gotta
hello.
say more.
Hello, how are you?
Good. Patrick.
Patrick is not used to being the one speaking on the radio,
No.
so he's usually our behind-the-scenes guy for my show.
And he thought I forgot his name.
No, he's
Like, how could I?
Yeah, that's
shy.
thing to do.
But you have to
shy.
get your face right up to that microphone.
Yeah, I
when
don't
you're
hear
talking.
him. I don't hear him. And I always hear him, so.
Put on a shy act.
He is.
Well, I am in a
There,
room
now
full
it's
of
over.
women.
But we're nice. We're nice. And Juliana Tacey's here, and of course, Zingy Sandy. You don't miss very many shows.
I know.
It's
I
nice.
usually have a good excuse.
Right.
If
Right.
you miss him.
Yeah.
And Juliana never used to miss a show either, but then she got in school, and
All right. I did have class like 2 hours before I got here, but I got my homework done. This is my reward.
Yay!
oh, good girl. She's
Got my
rewarding
homework
herself. That's her
done.
treat.
I had anatomy.
Ooh, I love
Oh,
anatomy.
I love anatomy. Yes, that's
I
very
could talk
fun.
forever about anatomy. Actually, I have talked forever about anatomy.
I think you've established a career in anatomy.
Yes, I love anatomy.
And I showed you my anatomy coloring book, remember?
I
From my
know.
nutritional classes. That was so much fun doing that. I got to color kidneys and livers. And
They're very beautiful.
thank you.
In fact,
I stayed in the lines, huh?
well, yes. But, you know, if you look at these different body parts and you just kind of take them in of themselves, which, you know, if you're not in the medical field or the healing field or massage therapy or any of those modalities, you're not going to really get a chance to look at them unless you seek that out. And a lot of people are kind of, you know, grossed out by it. But when I learned about these things, I really looked at them, and they're beautiful. They're super complex. The structure, the detail, everything about it is.
They're all different colors.
I swear to you,
easily
they are
identifiable.
They are. They're artistic, and they're beautiful designs. And I mean, like if you had somebody cut open a heart and you looked at all that, it's just beautiful inside. I have a favorite bone.
Which one?
My favorite bone is the sphenoid bone. And I'll tell you why. A couple different reasons. First of all, it's really fun to say.
Sphenoid. Where
Thank
is
you.
it?
It is behind your eyes, across your skull,
Huh.
inside your skull. Number one, it's the only bone in the body that you can touch both ends of, like from the outside. Like usually most bones touch another bone. At least on one end, they touch another bone. But that is the one bone that you can touch from
Wow.
both ends on
What's
the
its
outside.
purpose?
And that's at your temples.
What's its purpose?
Well, it's a stabilizer of the skull. It's the go-between below the corpus callosum and
It's
all
like
of
an
that. So
awning.
yeah, it's an awning. and it's underneath your brain, but it plays a big role in migraines and headaches and things. It can move, it can twist and shift. But when you take it out of the body and it stands alone, it looks like a butterfly.
Oh.
I'm just saying. It's so beautiful. Somebody look up
Sphenoid.
a silly sphenoid bone, because when you look it up on your phone, all you people out there listening, look it up on your phone and get an image. No, you don't have to put silly in.
How do you spell sphenoid?
Sphenoid.
That's easy enough.
Yeah, sphenoid, kind of like it sounds.
Because I have some.
But anyways, it's beautiful and it looks like a butterfly, and it was always my favorite because I love butterflies. So there, I'm an anatomy nerd. I've established that once again.
But you know what? I'm glad you are.
Are you?
Yeah.
Does that enrich your life,
It
Deb?
does. It really does. She can
Beautiful.
push on you and know where everything is and where it should be.
Right, that's the key.
Yeah.
I
Where it
just
should
was
be.
thinking cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
I saw you doing your little tittle at the brain motion.
But you know what?
Takes a
We can-
lot. And
but-
you're this from a girl named Zingy. I mean,
But you know what? We can do it right back at her.
I think you're nutso for thinking I'm nutso. How about that?
I'm still not convinced.
I'm Sweden, bipartial. I'm for both of them.
Yeah, way to stay out of it, Jeff.
Thanks.
I love it.
So when Julia and I were talking about what we were going to talk about this evening, I said, I think we'll just talk about whatever we want to. And she immediately came up with a subject, and it's a subject that I love. So I'm really glad that you brought it up. So why did you pick? What is it, and why did you choose it?
Okay. I chose energy healing because a lot of people don't even know it exists. A lot of mainstream people in the communities, they don't even know it's out there. There's a lot of different types of energy healing. And I had the opportunity this weekend to spend 3 days in a wonderful class on theta healing. And theta healing is one modality of energy healing, and it is just one of 1,000. I mean, there's so many
there's so
different
many.
ones out there. A lot of people have heard of Reiki. Reiki is one of the more mainstream energy healings. Has to do with chakras. If you're unfamiliar, there's different parts to the body that are energy fields, and these different chakras run up through the body. And I should let Deb explain this because Deb is actually a Reiki master. And actually, Patrick is a Reiki master, level 1 Reiki master as well. So I'm going to let you guys discuss Reiki.
Cool. I'm level 3.
Beautiful.
I'm just level 1.
Well, that you are like, what is that? What was it when it was that guy teaching that other guy how to?
Nobody
Remember that?
knows.
I'm just the grasshopper.
Yes, thank you. The grasshopper. Thank you,
knew.
Patrick knew because he's a Reiki guy.
That's
Yeah.
right. He was picking up on your energy.
Yeah. So the way that I like, it's really hard to explain energy because people don't think of it as. They just don't think that it's in their bodies, but that's what we are. We're energy. We're made up of energy.
Absolute energy.
And nothing is really there. It's all moving around all the
Yep.
time. Everything is energy. And so the way that I explain it to people is, and I think you'll like this, Dr. Julia, is that, you know, when you go to a chiropractor or a massage therapist and everything is back in line and you all of a sudden have this great feeling of balance and energy because everything is in a line in your
Right.
body.
There's no interference. There's no hindrance.
Right.
Right.
And that's exactly what Reiki does, but in all the energy fields that are throughout your body. And we only focus on 7, but there's actually 8 more.
Yeah. Yeah.
They go up above us.
They go up
Yes.
above
They
us,
go
they
up.
go below us, and there's also one in the back here, which makes so much sense because when people are tense and stuff, where do they feel it?
A lot of times upper back, right,
Right.
between the
In
shoulder
your head and your
blades.
shoulders.
Right, and there's another one there. So, and after Reiki affects everybody differently. And after a Reiki treatment, some people will cry. Some people will feel so light and elated, and it's a different reaction for everybody, but that's what it does. It aligns your energy, takes away anything that's holding you captive, so to speak, inside.
I had a great experience. My very first
That's
time,
right.
I couldn't believe it. I laid on the table. This wonderful lady was giving me a healing session for Reiki. I didn't know what to expect, but I closed my eyes and I started seeing this tie-dye colors. Like I could just see it. It was exploding behind my eyelids, all these bright, brilliant colors, and they were swirling around. And it made me think of like
Ravi Shankar.
Yeah,
Yes.
like the 70s, you know, with those. Yeah, for sure. And I was just freaking out. I was like, wow, this is amazing. And I kept my eyes closed for the most part, but I peeked a little because I could feel where she was at. She wasn't touching me. Mm-hmm. She was not touching me. In fact, her hands were probably a foot away from me, maybe 8 to 12 inches away from me. And she was going up and down my torso and my spine. Well, I was face up, so my torso. And I could feel where she was at. Like when she was working on something, I could feel where she was at. And then I would kind of peek. Because I was interested, because I'm always analytical, you know me, scientific mind.
Right.
It's all got to mesh.
Right.
I'm good spiritually as long as, scientific meshes somehow.
But you
And-
didn't have to have your eyes closed. You could watch.
I could have watched. She didn't care, but I had my eyes closed. But then I peeked, and when I peeked, she was exactly where I could feel where she was at. It was tripping me out. But it was good. It was in a good way. And I felt so much better afterwards. I can't even explain to you how relieved and light and amazing and well-rested and awake and coherent and energy flowing and just everything was working. I guess that's what it was. Everything was working.
Right.
That's an amazing feeling when you just know your whole body is working right.
Right.
And that's how it felt. It was great.
And that's good. That's exactly how it should feel. I've done Reiki on you a couple of times
You
as
have.
well. And you are one of the most receptive people to Reiki
good.
that I've ever worked on. And it's easy to work on you.
Good. I
Yes.
like that. Patrick hasn't worked on me. It's kind of hard to work on family.
It is.
It's hard
I
for
don't
me
work
to
on
work
Steve.
on him,
I
and
know
it's
too
hard
much
for him to work
personal
on me.
things.
Right.
So for me to dip into spiritual,
Right.
it's
You know,
a
he
difficult
feels that
separation.
pain in the butt area, and he's thinking, "Oh, that's me. I barely."
Right. Jeepers, I know why your throat chakra is blocked.
I'm not going to open it. I don't want to hear what she has to say. No, I'm just kidding.
Actually,
I'll move on to the next one.
Well, that's the reason why I trained in it, is because I had a great experience with
that's
with my
nice.
Reiki, and I was like, wow, I want to know more.
Right, right.
You know, I'm just that type of person that when something interests me, I jump into it to figure out what it is.
Right, and that's very good.
Yeah.
And I wanted to learn Reiki for years and years, and I've always been kind of a healer. Like, if something's hurting somebody, I can usually hands-on fix it.
Absolutely.
If it's,
That's
not broken.
amazing. I want everybody to hear what you just said. That is possible. That's more than possible. Everybody here can do that.
Yes.
Everybody who lives on our planet is source energy and has that ability inside of them, and they can do that if they learn how.
Right.
Sometimes
and I
it's
took
innate.
a couple online things, years ago, about how to get the energy ball and how
Yep.
and how to feel it and everything. And I kind of used that for a while, but I went back to the way
Deb,
that
Polly
I do
had
it.
that naturally. Polly
Yes,
had that.
she does. She and I have talked about it. Yes.
Just hands-on
just
healing
do.
that you can just do it. You just know. Somehow you just know how to do it.
And when I do this, my hands get really hot. I mean,
She's rubbing them
fast.
together.
They get. Oh,
It's
thank
like
you.
what Christians call the laying of the hands.
Right, right.
It's just an innate ability of all of us to be able to heal ourselves, and then to also heal others
Right.
through the divine.
Right.
You know.
But not like a broken arm or something.
I mean, it is possible.
According to Vianna Steibel, who is the founder of Theta Healing,
We should take a picture.
and I'm going to tell you, this woman, she's amazing. She healed herself of cancer. I mean, she figured out, and when she was in